This is Ling Chi, brush painting for beginners. Today, we're going to demonstrate how to do an orchid plant. And I have done one on the Premium Double Xuan. You can do it on Jade Plate. It's a double plier Xuan paper. And the color, give beautiful colors. And if you don't have that, Jade Plate will be fine. And if you know how to control your moisture, single Xuan would work. On the left-hand side, it's done on a pea paper. And the color is a little bit different. And then, but you'll be able to do washes on that paper. So maybe in the next couple of sessions, we might try to do a wash on this particular subject. Brushes, I have a Lotus Petal brush. You can use a large flow or float. The flow will be smaller flower. And then the leaves, I'm going to use the full Lotus. You can use super flow. And then the center, I'm using the Happy Dot. So, I'm wetting my brushes. On the color, I choose two things to make easier. I'm using the Kuretake 36 color set. And I'm mostly going to use the 2 red and the yellow, orange, and then the purple and the green. If you don't have that, the companion set would do. And then you can use the carmine and the red and add the purple to make your dark purple. You do have yellow and orange. You have white. And then the leaves, you can use the green and ochre. But if you don't use the palette, then you can use the any 3 shades of red. And the center is the yellow, and then yellow and indigo for the leaves. So I'm just making things much easier for people are traveling. Don't just one palette. And then I'm pulling the white into a little dishes because all the other color I can easily rinse it off when I use directly into the palette, and then I get a little dirty. The white is harder to keep it clean, so I'm putting the white and outside the palette. All right, so I'm going to use I'm going to paint this right flower first, right side of flower first. All right, we're starting to do the center of the flower of this flower. So I'm loading my brush.
That's the Lotus Petal brush.
This is the Lotus Petal brush. I'm loading the white with carmine blend. White, carmine. So make sure it's not too dark. And then the center, I'm using Happy Dot with yellow, a little bit orange, blend. And then I rinse the white off my tip. So I'm loading the carmine with the rouge, which is the 2 shade of red. So if you use any other color, then make sure that you first load the light red and then the dark red. All right, and then light red, dark red. And then the dark red, the rouge, with a little purple. So this is the center of my flower. And again, light red and dark red. So I'm doing the side petal, but it's coming toward the base. And I'm doing the other side. And then the rouge, dark red, and mix with purple. Okay, and then you rinse the brush off and reload the white. Now we're going to do the white. And then rinse the tip off again so the white doesn't go all the way down the tip. The purpose of this is then it make a much more transparent look. We're doing a small side petal toward the center again. Okay. And then one on the top. And then you rinse the white off. And then you load the rouge. So then I finished my first orchid. And then the next one, I'm going to do a little bit lower than the first one, but toward the left. So I'm loading the white and then add a little bit on my palette. I have a little bit red. 2. And then I'm using the happy dot with yellow and a little red to get kind of orange yellow. So this is the center of my flower. And then I'm using Lotus petal brush again. Rinse all my white out. So you can see that I don't use paper towel to dry my brush because this paper can take the moisture quite well. So then I load my carmine with rouge. If you use any other palette, it's a light red, followed with a dark red. And then the rouge with center with purple. Okay, then that finished my center carmine, rouge, 2 color, and 1 light red first and 1 dark red follow. And then I'm doing the side stroke toward the base of this flower. So carmine, and then I'm doing this other petal. And then I'm using the rouge, and then the purple, use the dark, make a dark red. And then I'm connecting this base with the base of the center. And then I'm rinsing all my red out, and I'm reloading the white. And then important to know that you want to rinse the tip off of this white to load carmine, the light red, because that will give you more transparent. If you don't rinse the white off, then the red will look very opaque. So then rinse the brush off a little bit, add a little bit carmine with a rouge. So then that's where I'm pointed direction of this. So you can see now all the petal is toward the base of this flower. Then I'm rinsing the brush completely out. This time I'm going to add the green. So in this palette has a nice green. And I still load it with a little bit Orchid to kind of soften the green. And on the tip, with what I have in the palette, then I add the red on my tip. So now I'm going to do a flower bud. Toward that side. And then the same on this side has another bud. Green, yellow ochre, and then I'll pick up some red on my palette. So I'm doing now this is second bud, and then I'm using the same color. I'm just making this flower connecting with the other one. And then I'm also trying to do a calyx to hold the backside of the flower up on the top. So now I'm so far majority of the petal and the flower, I'm just using the Lotus petal brush, except the center of the flower. So I'm loading the white again, and then I rinse the tip off, and I pick up some carmine, and I'm okay. So Then the same white, rinse the tip off, and carmine. And so then I'm using a little bit carmine with the rouge to connect this two. All right, and then on the side paddle, I'm loading the white again. And rinse the tip off and pick up some carmine or red in my palette. So in the center, I'm using carmine with rouge to make sure they are connecting where the flower is coming. All right, and then now I'm rinsing my brush complete out to let the flower have a stem connected all the way down. So I'm using green in this palette. If you don't have it, indigo plus yellow make your green. Orchid. And then I'm picking up some red. So this is where I'm going to make my center stem to cover the whole thing. Now I'm using full Lotus brush. I want to make a big leaf. So then I Lotus with load the green. Otherwise you use your green, which is indigo plus yellow. Okay, and the second stroke on the side. Okay, on this is the 3-stroke coming toward this base, and on the other side, to close the flower, to hold the flower with the leaves, is that I'm going to use darker green. So I have green, otherwise yours is indigo and yellow if you use chip color or any other things. And then I load the indigo. So this is my second leaf to embracing this plant together. And then the same brush, same green. I have a side leaf on the bottom. Then I connect it with the, and then this leaf is folding. So I use a little indigo with a little ink. So this, I finished the composition for this subject. And I'll write a little orchid on the side. And then I'll sign my name on this side. Ling Chi. If I have seal, I put it underneath. All right. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.